It's time. It is finally here. It's 2026. Now, for a lot of people, they've been waiting for this point in time to take charge of their own situation and become a reseller on eBay, whether that be video games or any other items. Me particularly, I do video game consoles and video games. So we're going to go through a list today of what it takes to be a successful eBay reseller in 2026. So starting off, everyone, we're going to do the big, hard question. Why? Why do you want to become a reseller on eBay? Now that can go from a lot of arrangements of I need the extra cash, I want to do it part-time, or I want to take charge, make this my full-time income, but I don't know how to do it. I've watched many videos and they all said, do eBay, you'll make a lot of money and get rich. That's what I want. Me too. But in reality, guys, working on eBay full-time, part-time, whatever have you, is a full-time job. Now, for my reason for wanting is plain and simple. The money's great, money's cool, the money will come, but I just wanted more time with my family and my kids. I used to work Discount Tire 60 hours plus per week for 10 years and missed a lot of stuff that I don't want to miss anymore. So that's the reason I chose to do eBay and do this full time. So the list I'm going to go through has no particular in order of importance on various steps. You need to do it A, B, and C. These are just general steps and guidance on how to properly do this in 2026 and be successful. So first off on the list, guys, is going to be grading, meaning what are you going to tell the customer the condition of the item is in? So if you're posting something like this and posting it like new, we're going to have a problem and it's not going to sell, plain and simple. So what I personally like to do before I list anything on eBay, I like to detail it, clean it, test it, and if it's something that I wouldn't buy, I'm not going to list it. Plain and simple. So next on the list, guys, is inadequate photos. Now I do have a couple of videos already explaining in detail on the photo qualifications that you need to meet, but plainly, you're going to want a nice, clear, white background, well lit, and any flaws, whether it be a ding in the box, whether it be a button missing on the controller, or whatever you're selling, always include the minor details and flaws of the item. The customer will see it and they will return it. So third on the list, guys, incorrect pricing strategies. Now, there are a lot of ways that you can do pricing on it. You can do your research. You can go on price charting if you're doing video games. You can check local retailers, see what they have it for. But one of the most accurate ways that a lot of eBayers do is we like to check eBay listings. Now, there are two kinds of eBay listings, everyone. There is eBay listed asking price and eBay sold price. Only go with the sold price because, well, they sold it. They got the money for it. I could list this Nintendo 64 for $499.99, but I'm probably going to get the $120 that it generally goes for. So next one is also pricing the item too low, which could also happen. Now, it's always great to give it a good deal, guys. So if you list this N64 for $40, it's gonna sell instantly. Now, the only issue with that is further down the road, if you go to research this again, now your average sold prices has changed due to pricing it too low, and that'll kind of tank the whole operation. Step number 4, shipping mishaps. Now, shipping plays a huge role in selling on eBay. Now, you can either be a person that charges regular shipping rates that charge to the customer, which would always vary on their location, how far are they from you. You can also set a flat price. So if you go, all right, I'm going to ship everything $5. That just means when you sell the item, the customer gets charged a flat fee of $5, regardless of how much it takes you to actually ship the item. Me personally, I like to do quick sales, so I also do free shipping. Now, what that incorporates is anything I sell, I'm taking full responsibility for that shipping cost. Another item we're going to discuss also pertains to shipping is your promise estimated time. Now, I'm a one-day shipper, which means if I sold it today, I'm telling the customer I'm going to ship it out the next business day, whether it be on a Monday or tomorrow. Now, you do have same-day shipping, which I've tried. It's a lot of work. A lot. But if you can do it, more power to you. I just prefer one business day. It's very easy to manage. But you can actually jump it all the way to 30 days. Why? Maybe you live in a small town. You only get to part of the big town that has the post office once a month, which is fine. But it probably will slow down a lot of the sales. Number 5, the listing description issues. Now, this falls a part of the photo taking, where I said to make sure you get all of the mishaps and all of the flaws of what you're selling. You're going to also want to put it in the description. This is very important because you want to cover your end as a seller that I told Timmy that this door was missing. I took a picture of the door missing, and I even added in the description the N64 door was missing. So when Timmy gets the item and wants to put an open claim for a return, you have a backup that says, hey, eBay, I told Timmy, come on, what are you doing? And it just covers you along the ways there. You want to specify whether the item is authentic, reproduction, new, used, open. Yes, it's already in the title description, but like I said, your key role on listing an item is protecting yourself as a seller and also protecting the buyer, because being shady on eBay, you will get shut down quickly and it won't be pretty. Number 6 is ignoring eBay sellers' fees. Now, this one can be very huge, guys, especially if you sell the higher ticket items. The fees associated with that can be, it's a shocker. It'll come out of nowhere. So for instance, let's say I sell this today for $120. Now, when I sell it, I'm going to get charged a fee on that, and that depends on what the item is. For instance, I believe this one is actually around $13 to $15 on average for me just to sell the item on eBay, which may seem like, screw that. I'm not going to pay that fees. The only alternative is create your own website and sell from there, which is doable. That's a lot more work. I'd rather just pay eBay their fees and move along my way. While we're on the topic of fees, we also want to take an accountability. Where are you going to store your items? Now, luckily, being video games and consoles, they don't really take up a lot of room. So all I need is a shelf or two just to store it in the meantime while I'm doing this. But if you are selling bigger items, whether it be appliances or couches, you could sell anything on eBay. There are couches. Couches, you're going to want to think of future storage. If I start selling these particular items, am I going to have the room to take care of it? And another one that can go along with the fees is also the death pile. Now, if you're an eBay seller, you know exactly what that means. But if you are new to eBay, now the death pile, it's exactly what it sounds like. You go garage selling, you go yard selling, Goodwill, and you get just piles of inventory. whether it be clothes, games, what have you. And now all of a sudden, in your corner of your pile, you got this mountain of items. Now, a lot of times, if you're not very precarious on listing the items, that pile will just grow and grow and grow, and henceforth why the name death pile came into effect. Because now you have money just sitting there. So next one we're going to go with is number 7 is listing consistency. eBay loves it when you list consistently. Now, you don't have to list 100 items per day. That'd be awesome if you could, but in reality, you want to always keep it around 10 items per day. And that could be 2 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, the rest at night. eBay doesn't really care. They just want to see that you're a consistent seller. Consistency is always the key. So I like to just make little piles of 15 to 20 games or consoles on the side, and I have them in piles. That way on daily I can keep a good schedule on when to start listing them. By doing the consistency, you'll notice your sales start dramatically going up quickly. So number 8 is customer service problems. Now, this one is a huge one, guys, because at the end of the day, your buyer is the one that keeps your store alive. So this falls into a lot of things. This falls into shipping. Don't just chuck this into a box and kick it down the road and hope that Timmy gets it correctly without any damage. If it gets damaged, that's on you as the seller, unfortunately. So you always want to take the extra time, get bubble wrap, paper, secure it nice and fancy. Don't get the video game, put it in a bubble wrap, which there's also a video on that on my page. Don't throw it in a bubble wrap and say, well, good luck. And when it gets there damaged, be surprised when you get a bad review. Now, the customer service problems also pertains to how fast you ship your items. If I tell them that I'm going to ship the item on average 1 business day or less, I am making a pledge to them that if they buy this N64 today, I am going to get it to the post office tomorrow. And you have to always be very diligent on that. Now, if you do have any issues, don't be afraid to message the buyer directly on any issues that arise. They actually love it when you actually respond to them. That is always the number one killer, is when bad eBay sellers don't respond to any messages, don't respond to any requests for a return or what have you. It's always just a bad killer for it. So you always want to be very consistent on messaging them back. Returns are going to be step number 9. And I know, guys, I have to bring it up. Returns. Now, they're going to happen. Not as frequent as everyone is foretailed on it. It's not a daily thing. If it is daily, quit eBay. But in reality, you're going to get it probably once a month, if that. I hardly get it myself just because I'm so detail oriented. But at the beginning, mistakes are going to happen. You're just going to have to take it as a learning curve. So if you ship an item and it gets damaged, apologize to the customer, instantly offer a return on it. If it's something out of your control, just apologize and learn from it. I mean, that it's not worth the headache to try to do the return on it, guys. Now, if it is a weird item, not a weird item, I would say, if it is a weird reason. So let's say this item is brand new and you ship it them, and all of a sudden when they receive it, they said, oh, well, this item doesn't work. It doesn't show anything on the screen. It doesn't plug in. Then at that point, have them request a return through eBay and ship the item back to you. Now, you always want to test your item when it comes back. If it's not in the same condition, or if it is unsellable due to their negligence, shipping negligence, or what have you, you always want to get eBay involved and have them just go through it with you. And a lot of times, if you're very consistent with eBay, they work with you. So unfortunately, guys, so when you're setting up an account, you'll notice on the return section that it states that you do have the option to not accept returns. Now, this is very foreshadowing. Yes, you do have the option to not accept returns, but if a customer simply puts something as not as described, which is the magic key, they can pretty much return it for any reason. And eBay will instantly approve it, and they will instantly allow them to ship it back. Just like I stated before, don't make a big deal of it. Get the item back, and then at that point, you can decide, as you being as a seller, to issue seller protection from eBay. Now, that is a range of things that can multiply to 1,000,000. I do have a bonus for you guys. When you do set up your eBay store in 2026, the first thing you want to do before creating the account, before gathering all your inventory, before doing your research, is, do you have a source in order to get these items? Now, you don't want to go, oh, cool, I want to start selling these, but then realize after you sold that first one, oh, crap, where am I going to get the next one? So you do always want a good source, whether it be at the store, Goodwill, yard selling. There are a million of options. So, all right, guys. So I did cover a lot, but there actually is quite a bit more on here. But if you guys do want to learn about any other topic in specific or anything I haven't covered, or if you do have any questions, put it in the comments below. I do respond to every question and comment pretty darn quickly. Ask my fans. I see you. But anyways, guys, my name is Jezzy, and I'll see you on the next level.